Hi everyone, and welcome back to E&B's Fraud Series. Today we're here with our senior fraud analyst, Justin Uczynski, to talk about one of the trickiest scams out there, the overpayment scam. Thanks for being here, Justin.
Thanks for having me.
So we found a real-world example of a recent overpayment scam. And I'm going to read it to you, Justin, to get your reaction and your tips on what people can do to avoid situations like this going forward. So here's what happened. A Seattle nonprofit that helps kids and families was recently targeted by an overpayment scam. Someone pretending to be a donor reached out saying they wanted to make a large contribution. They sent a check for way more than the donation amount and then quickly asked the nonprofit to refund the difference. The organization deposited the check, but soon learned that it was fake. And by the time they realized it, the refund money they'd sent was already gone. So Justin, what are your thoughts on this story?
I think the first question is, why am I receiving additional funds, which is in excess of the agreed upon donation? Does it make sense? If that's the case, you might want to follow up with the donor to get an explanation. Why did you send extras? Oftentimes it's under the guise it was an honest mistake. I made a mistake, I sent extra, hoping that you'd send it back. Almost all the time it's going to be a fraudulent item. So if you ultimately do send funds back, that item's going to come back as returned, as being fraudulent, and you're going to be on the hook and be at a loss for the return that you give back to that donor.
And what are some red flags that people can look for up front to know that it's not just an honest mistake?
Does this make sense? Why am I getting all this extra money? Just maybe a follow-up phone call or an email with the person that made the donation to get an explanation. Why did I receive all these additional funds? If that's the case, you ultimately decide to deposit it. Make sure that the item clears before you issue some sort of refund.
Okay, and if it is too late in the situation that the check does go through, what can someone do to follow up?
First step is to call your financial institution to see if there's anything that you can do to try to recover or recall some of those funds.
Bottom line, if something feels off, be sure to contact your financial institution before issuing any payments. Thanks, Justin, for being here with us today. We really appreciate your insights.
Thank you.
For more fraud tips, visit epnb.com/insights or follow E&B on any social media platform. Thanks for watching.